final week of January and the first couple weeks of February were some of the coldest and windiest days of the season. But there's no slowing down for the Streeter Brothers Inc. gang. If anything, Greg, Joe, and the crew had to work even harder to get everything that needed to be done finished on schedule. The intrepid Streeter Brothers crew worked pre-dawn till midnight on several days to make it happen. On January 25th and 26th, they started forming the foundation walls for the adult pool waterfall and the retaining walls. And on January 28th, they stripped the forms from the family pool. Then a shelter was built over the entire family pool to allow the pool contractor to start working on the pool finishes during this coldest part of the season. And on January 30th, the massive washing machine concrete pads were prepped and the resteel placed and ready for an inspection. While the gang was getting all this work done during the last week of January, each day got windier and progressively colder with low temperatures between 15 and 9 degrees and winds at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Then Groundhog Day, February 2nd, arrived, but nobody had any time to check and see if Punxsutawney Phil was predicting an early spring because the crew had 3 areas to pour outside the adult pool waterfall foundations, a section of concrete floor for the electrical room, and the footings for the delivery ramps. On February 3rd, the washing machine pads were poured with connecting plumbing trenches. And on February 4th, they began forming a section of the interior wall in the large pool. But it'll take about a week before it'll be ready to pour. Then on Friday, Greg and Joe Streeter were notified that the last day for the delivery freighter to run to the island would be on Saturday, February 6th. Their next fuel delivery was supposed to be on Friday the 12th. So they called Webster and Garner, and after explaining the situation, they were able to get a fuel truck to the island and fill the fuel tanks with over 1,000 gallons of diesel. On that Thursday, February 4th, the temperature had uncharacteristically reached 41 degrees on the island, just before beginning the nosedive the entire country experienced, bringing frigid temps for the next week and a half. But on Friday, it was still a balmy 20 degrees when Greg's wife Kathy and Joe's wife Katerina and their 2 oldest boys, Joseph and Jackson, arrived. In spite of the plummeting temps, the boys spent time riding snowmobiles with their dad and grandmother, after which they all had an exciting announcement for Grandma and Papa Greg. Grandbaby number 8 is on the way, and it's a girl. That means Grandma and Papa Greg Streeter now have 8 grandkids, 6 boys and 2 girls. But as I previously mentioned, the temperatures were plummeting, and on Monday morning it was time for Kathy, Katerina, and the boys to get on the ferry to go home, or not. The ferry got stuck in the ice about a half mile short of the dock, so Grandma, Mom, and the boys had to take a short flight off the island to St. Ignace to get home. And as the coldest week of the year brought a mercury reading that averaged 7.5 degrees daytime, the crew formed and poured 2 sections of the delivery ramp walls. Meanwhile, the last section of concrete floor in the laundry was scheduled to be poured on Friday the 12th, but due to bad weather that also kept this narrator and his producer from making a trip to the island, the Sheboygan cement truck drivers couldn't get there. So the pour was rescheduled for Monday, February 15th, when over 45 yards of concrete was placed by noon and finished just after midnight.